Maybe I just still smell the curry.
Hello, everyone. Take me to the king. Wait, let me get the conference call on.
Access code accepted. There are 7 participants in this conference. Please announce yourself.
This is getting so
How's it coming along? All callers are muted and they can unmute themselves. Entry and exit chimes are off.
Whew. Hi, everyone. So we are starting now. Hope you guys are having a great day. I am Latia Powell, your Triple Diamond leader.
I am Jennifer Mason, your Presidential Diamond leader.
And we're just going to tell you how to get to Ruby. So what did you think what did Ronnie say about the Ruby retreat?
Ronnie said that basically we were going to be going to the mountains and it was going to be like a big sleepover and we're going to have a cookout and we're going to have a DJ and it's just going to be this big party. She said it was going to be a really good time. And if anybody's ever got the opportunity to party with Ronnie or be in her presence for a training, it is a good time. And not just Ronnie, the entire leadership board is amazing.
Very down to earth people.
Yeah, so it'll be a good time. Of course, that means we get to go too, right?
Oh, it's Ruby and above?
I think so.
Oh.
I think so. Well, we'll see. If we get to go, then of course, we'll be able to impart some wisdom into the rest of the team too. But it'll be an amazing time. And it's for everyone that qualifies as Ruby by September 30th. And I think she did that because a lot of you don't know, but Ronnie started, yesterday was her 3-year anniversary with the company. She started in August, and by September she was Ruby, maybe even sooner than that, because when I started in September on the whatever day it was that I spoke to her, I started on the 9th. I spoke to her maybe a week prior. She was a Ruby. I said, well, what rank are you? And she was like, I'm a Ruby. So I think that's why she wants everybody to do it by September 30th, because she knows it can be done.
It can be done.
And it absolutely can be, because I went executive and a week later went Ruby from September to October.
And I went executive January 8th. I started, went executive January 30th, and I was Ruby by February 28th. So we know what it takes to get there. I mean, you got a month and a half. We know what it takes to get there, even if you're starting at 0.
We can't. Okay.
I took it off speaker.
The volume is low. All of a sudden, it's going in and out. We can't hear what you're saying due to an echo. There's an echo.
Is that on the phone or the computer?
Is that on the phone or the computer? Computer. There's an echo.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Hello? On the phone? Is it on the phone or on the computer? You can't hear us on the phone. You heard the beginning and then it went out? You heard the beginning and then it went out? Okay, call back in and then see if it works then. Yeah, they're talking about it in GroupMe too. Okay.
Give us a second. We're working on it. I mean, it's nothing different. I'm looking to see if it's...
I don't hear an echo. Now I can hear you. Is it better now?
Oh, they posting in the group. Hold on.
Okay. I just got a yes, ma'am, that it's better.
I didn't do anything. Okay.
Maybe putting on speaker help.
I took it off speaker when she said it was a echo. Because that'll be better for talking. Okay. The sound just went out. I can't hear the message. This is going on now. Oh. So, are we good?
Are we good now? Melissa, no.
Even on the phone? Yeah. You can hear and see us, ladies. Yes. Good now. But nobody else is. Okay. All right. So. Okay. Hey.
Technical difficulties. Gotta love technology.
I tell you. We're trying to do this so that we can keep the recording. And it can be played forever and ever and ever. So this is what we're trying to do. But that's why we have the phone and the YouTube link. So.
And if you can't hear and you can't hear on your own computer, just call in.
Yeah.
Just call in. It's all right.
Yes, it's no big deal. So, what do you want to say about going Ruby?
Going Ruby is easy, and it doesn't take long to build someone to Ruby. I literally signed 5 DTs within the past week. It only takes how many DTs to make a Ruby? 5 DTs to make a Ruby. And I personally challenged myself to do that, and I accomplished it. And all it took was a little determination, a little bit of focus, and a lot of following up. And it was achieved. So now I've helped one of my new distributors be built to be almost a Ruby, and she's been in the business about a week. But my first experience when I first came in, I literally did a few simple things. I paid attention to GroupMe and learned how to sign customers. I learned tips. I learned just a bunch of stuff that was shared on GroupMe. 2, I got on every single training call that was available. And back then, guys, Ronnie did not record training calls.
We're doing you a favor.
She didn't record training calls for a long time. Like, this is probably new this past year, maybe. Ronnie didn't record calls, and she would be like, 10 minutes, get on this call. We're doing role playing, me and Jen. But that's how I figured it out. I listened to what she said, which is why we do a lot of 3-way calling, so that way you can hear how the conversation goes. And I listened to what she said, and I just duplicated. I just took what she said and how to say it. And when I got on the phone with other people, I did the same exact thing. And then people were signing up as customers. I got my 4 customers, got my product credit. I was wrapping people, making my wrap cash. And then everybody that I wrapped, I always had this, not saying, but guarantee.
Belief.
There it is. That they're going to sign. Like, I walk in with the idea they're either going to be a loyal customer or they're going to be a distributor. There's no just getting a wrap from me and getting wrap cash. You can't even you can't buy a second wrap off of me. That is a rule I have, and you guys should implement this too. And this is how you should run your business. I wrap you one time. After that, you decide. What are you going to do? If you want to continue to get the product, you have to make a decision, because otherwise all you'll be doing is making wrap cash, and that's just not how the business. Nowhere in the steps of success does it say get a bunch of wrap cash. No. You want to get loyal customers. So I was wrapping people. I got my 4 loyal customers. I got my 3 distributors. And then I saw how simple it was. And I was like, well, let me do it again. And I did this simply by posting on social media. I built my business in the beginning from social media. Facebook, Instagram. I just got on the Instagram, I think, when I started this business. So I didn't really have a following. Like, I have 20,000 people now, 3 years later. But in the beginning, I had a couple hundred. The people from Facebook that were on my Instagram, those were my followers.
Yeah, and what that says is belief is one of the strongest things that will build your business. Who was it that would always say, if you talk to people as if they're going to say no, they're going to say no? That's something that we used to say a long time ago. So if you approach people in a way, that you're bothering them, or you're inconveniencing them, or you are a pest or something like that, you're giving off that vibe, and it's automatically a no, instead of it being you have something that they need. That's always the attitude. You always have something that they need. So for me, social media was how I got to Ruby. And I had 2 parties. So social media and parties was how I got to Ruby in 50 something days. That's how I did it. Social media, and I had 2 parties. So I wrapped, was it 5 people? My first party. I had another party. I had 3 parties, excuse me. I had 3 parties. But I wrapped people in social media. A lot of people signed up through social media and referrals. So I said, I was real busy at the time. I was teaching during the day. I was counseling at night, if you haven't heard the story. So I did a lot of texting. Hey, do you know 5 people that I can tell about my product? I used to do that all the time. I would say, hey, I'm just starting my business here. This is what the wrap is. Do you have 5 people that may be interested? They'd be like, oh, my cousin, this and this and this. Okay, great. Can I talk to them? I would do that all the time. I would do that all day long. In between, I would post, but I would also say, I would also ask for referrals. Getting to 400 is very, very easy. And you have to remember that the basics of this business are easy. And if you have that belief that getting to 400 is easy, then your team will have the perception of getting to 400 is easy. And then going Ruby isn't hard, because I can go 400 by getting just 5 customers, and everybody gets wraps and greens. Because you should get wraps and greens anyway. Wraps and greens, or wraps and gel, or wraps and hair vitamins. If everybody gets 2 of those products and I do 5 people, I have 500, 400 in volume. Or if I do 4 of those people and run an auto ship, because I run my auto ship every month anyway, I'm still 400 in volume. 4 people, 4 customers, and an auto ship, or 5 customers, and I'm a qualified leg. So getting to be a qualified leg, getting to 400, all 5 people have to be 400. And so this is why we slowed the business down as far as the amount of information that you get, because when you just join the business, the only thing you have to worry about is getting your first 4 customers. If you do that quickly, if you do that within 72 hours, if you do that within your first week, now let's push to get you to be a qualified leg, and let's start talking to people about the business. And that's it. If you use that formula with everybody, your business builds really quickly, because they're not worried about everything. They don't have to worry about all of this other stuff that we make it about. 4 customers, 400 in volume. Let's do some 3 ways to talk to some people. And that's it.
And another thing, one thing that's very similar about what we said was, even though I'm not a party girl, I wrap people. I made a lot of wrap cash from just wrapping people. She partied, she made wrap cash from wrapping people, and all those people turn into customers or distributors. And we use social media. And we didn't use social media lax, guys. If you just, especially for the new people, if you just got in the business and you are not posting on social media at least 3 times a day, you are behind. You need to catch up, and you need to be posting things that you see us post. Same exact things. Duplication is going to be key. As soon as you think that you're going to do it your way, with your own formula, with your own way of doing it, you're going to fail. Guarantee you. Guarantee. I tried it, didn't work. I immediately, it took me probably an instant for me to change my mentality.
Yep.
So use your social media. Use your social media. If you're not sure how to access, it's as simple as reaching out to somebody in your friends list. Hey, I just started this, and I sent those scripts to you guys too. So use that. And I posted it as a file in the
was that 2 days ago?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
And I posted it in the group yesterday. I've emailed that multiple times to you guys. But every time it's a great refresher. Like, oh, I should say that, or I should say that. Use those scripts to inbox people and ask them about the business. I think one of them is, I've been thinking about this business and how great you would be with me in it. And I'm paraphrasing.
Mm-hmm.
When's a good time for you to chat? Tomorrow at 12 or in the morning at 10? Simple things like that will get people interested and revved up. There was a girl that I went to high school with back in the day, 10 years ago. And I reached out to her. I saw her scrolling on my page. I was like, you know what? Let me just reach out to her. I inboxed her and I said, hey, I forget exactly what I said, but I said something along the lines of what I just said. I think it would be really good for you to do this business for me. I think you would be great in it. And she said, you know what? I have been thinking about doing this business. We've been going back and forth with each other now, and she actually wants to join the business. When she's going to, I don't know, but she wants to join the business. But had I not reached out to her, I would have never known she was even thinking about it. And then if somebody else reached out to her before me, they would have ended up signing my friend who's in my direct network. And then I would have been mad when she started posting before and afters because I didn't open my mouth and say something. So make sure that you're reaching out to these people on social media and asking them simple questions like if they're interested or if they're not. And if they're not, it's okay. Don't be afraid of no. No is not a huge catastrophe. People are going to tell you no. People have told me no. People continue to tell me no on a daily basis. It just happens. It just happens. So wrapping people and using social media, and I think that was the only thing I would say, is key when you're starting out your business. Yeah. Even now, even if you've been in the business a year, 2 years, 5 months, 3 months, whatever, wrapping people and using social media is key. The 5 distributors that I just signed, guys, came from Instagram.
Yep.
2 in Texas, 1 in California, New York, and I'm missing 1. It'll come to me later. But nonetheless, I've never been able to touch, hug none of these people. Instagram. It's a major marketing tool, a major networking tool. You can connect with people all over the world for various reasons using this tool. But had I not been being consistent and working my business efficiently, I wouldn't have got them. So we need 5 people to get to Ruby, and we need them all at 400 in volume, and we all need to do it by the end of September 30th. What is that going to mean? Want to know how I got my distributors? I got focused. I was already on fire from green carpet, like on fire. But then I got focused, guys. And it took a couple key things. And Ronnie talks about this all the time. And I ignored it. Not ignored it, but I knew it, but I didn't implement it. Getting distractions out of the way. I already don't watch TV. Cut the TV completely. I don't even know why I have cable. Mm-hmm. No TV. I focused on intentionally following up and intentionally posting. Meaning, anybody can just post a before and after photo and say, look at these results. Call me at this number. I took my time and thought of something to say that would benefit the people that I'm trying to reach with the post. And it was from the heart. I may have took some words from some other people, but some of them here recently, I've been intentionally posting from Jennifer. Mm-hmm. People like you. Mm-hmm. They like who you are. Mm-hmm. That's what branding is. Branding is showing people who you are. And a lot of times, people will have good ideas and that's great, but just sit there. Just sit there and take your phone and look at the photo and literally say, what should I say about this photo? And then let it flow literally out of your heart. What's authentically what you want to convey with that photo. Because people can sense a salesy post and people can sense a real post. Mm-hmm. And it makes all the difference. Like I wrote one yesterday for the stretch mark cream and got 2 loyal customers off of it, guys. That said, oh, why don't I remember this? And I'm not even a mother, but let me just read it. I'm not a mother, but I can still speak on what stretch marks do. So I said, stretch marks are a reminder that you gave birth to a blessing, but also a pain in a bikini. I offer a cream that not only fades the marks, but also moisturizes your skin like no other lotion I've tried. Check out what 9 days of this cream did for her below. 3 comments, 8 likes, 2 loyal customers.
Yep. Same thing with me today. I know by the end of the day, I had talked to about 45 people. Only 1 person signed. 5 are supposed to sign tomorrow. And
5 are going to sign.
5 are going to sign tomorrow. And I'm going to keep going. I'm going to do it all again. Why? Because me personally, I've been experiencing pain. And so I've been at home. So I made up in my mind that if I'm going to have to stay at home, I need to do twice as much work than if I was going to be out. So whatever your situation is, you have to eliminate an excuse. Okay, well, I'm not going to be able to do much today. I don't really feel well today. So I'm just going to play it easy. And well, how it turns out, I can show you my phone of where I talked to 45 people today without question. I've been doing it since 11 o'clock this morning, and finally had to turn my phone on vibrate and put it down so I could have a brain break.
And guess what? One loyal customer out of that 45 is amazing. Because guess what? Out of that 45, those are still 45 more seeds that have been planted that will be birthed.
I ain't worried about it.
Who knows when? Mm-hmm. One of the loyal customers that signed yesterday was my cousin, whose mama was one of my first loyal customers 3 years ago, y'all. Her mom was a loyal customer for me 3 years ago. This year, on the third year of me being in the business, now she finally wants to do the business. She wanted a skinny pack way back when, didn't order. But guess what? Something about the post yesterday, she was ready to order. So you never know when those seeds are going to spark up. And even some of the people that I've signed recently, they said, I've been watching you.
Yep.
People are watching to see how consistent and how serious you are about your business, because there are people out here that are serious about business. Some of these girls that just came on with me, I haven't had to tell them some of the things to do, and they've already been on it. And guess what? They had been watching me to see how serious I was, and people are watching to see how serious you are, because there's some people that are going to come in this business and they're going to rock it. But they know, let me make sure I partner with the right person.
Absolutely.
Some people do know that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And another thing that I did was I cut out negative conversations. If anybody around me was having negative conversations or coming and dumping their life on my lap and speaking a bunch of junk in my atmosphere, I eliminated it. Eliminated it. Like, some people are probably like, where's Jennifer? She is under a rock somewhere. I ain't heard from her. No, Jennifer is just focused. You have to get focused, and you have to protect your atmosphere.
Yeah.
Seriously, because sometimes people can speak something negative into your atmosphere, and it'll affect your results. It'll affect your spirit.
Mm-hmm. And everybody does it differently. I've been very quiet too, and that's why. So I don't say much. She might not come around as much. You may see me, but I'm not going to say much. Everybody does it differently. But it's all for the same exact reason. Everybody's trying to find their way to stay focused.
Yeah, and even just in life in general, a lot. And I've been watching a lot of periscopes too, people that are not even in my business. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that they said is they surround themselves with people that are like-minded.
Yep.
People that are as driven as them, people that are going the same direction as them, people that want that other life. Now, this doesn't mean cut off all your friends, because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the people that you spend the most time around are the people that are going to infiltrate your future. Those are people that influence your future.
Absolutely.
And you have to keep your ear gates, your eye gates, everything. You have to keep it in the direction that you're going. So if you have some people that are a little bit of a negative Nancy, they have a lot of doubt, they lack a lot of faith. I'm not saying don't speak to them anymore, but if you are focused and you have a goal and you're believing God and your faith is on 10,000 like mine, you need to limit the communication a little bit, because that's what I did, and I'm getting better results, because the things that I'm speaking and I'm praying and I'm coming into agreement with are coming to me. Okay.
And you have to be okay with being the only person until you get new circles that are willing to be that aggressive about what it is you're going.
No, because we've got a bunch of people on this.
Well, I'm saying
like that.
I'm saying as far as the people behind the people, when you say separate, if the people that are around,
separate, just don't entertain too much negative. And that can even be people that aren't your friends directly. It could be stuff on social media.
Yeah.
Like, just don't watch certain stuff. Don't TV stuff. Just don't.
Yeah.
When you really, really get focused and you want this bad enough, all of that stuff, you'll have to get it out of your way.
You do. You
have to get it out of your way, and you just have to plug into positive resources
wherever they are,
and lots of them, and read branding books, read multi-level marketing books, read leadership books. All of those things are going to help you in this business and help you excel. But back to Ruby.
So here's a Ruby chart. So this is what a Ruby chart looks like. So you need 3 people on your top line, and one of those persons has to be an executive. So when you getting 5 people on your team, say to yourself it's easy, because it is easy.
Yes.
Getting 5 people is easy. It's very, very easy. I think, I don't know, but yeah, getting 5 people is easy. And you're always, your goal when you talk to people is to add value. Your goal is to make sure they understand the simplicity of the business and how it can work for them. That's it. That's what you communicate. What are they working on now? What it can be is great, but when you start talking about $50,000 a month and all that kind of stuff, everybody doesn't see that. That's far-fetched. I don't need it. I don't bring it up. I don't bring it up anymore. So $500 bonus. That's it. You can make a $500 to $1,000 a month is where we'll start.
That's it. Simplicity. Listen to what they want to know about the business. Give them a short spiel. Well, we're a health and wellness company where we have products that help you look better, feel better, and also lose weight, from skincare to vitamins to body wraps. Also, there's a couple ways we make money: cash on hand commission, weekly bonuses, and we always have a big promotion going on in order to make additional bonuses. Then ask them if they have questions. I normally start a lot of my phone conversations out with, okay, so where did you find me? Instagram? Great. Okay. Yeah, I've been watching you for a while. Oh, okay. So you're kind of familiar with what I do. Give them that short spiel and then ask them if they have any questions. Answer what they want to know instead of giving them a whole bunch of information they never asked for. I promise you, if you stay focused on what they want to know, it'll be an easier close for you. I have a girl that's signing tomorrow or next Friday. Don't quote me. Her name is Tia. But guess what? The one thing that stood out about what I said to her was the fact that I said, once I realized that if I showed people how to do what I already done, I could help so many people make additional income for their families. And she said, see, that's the one thing that I haven't seen in other distributors. She said, I love helping people.
It's always about helping people.
And because she could feel that, the genuineness of me wanting to help somebody else, she wants to partner with me.
So wrap as many people as you can. So how can you get wrap appointments at this time at this stage in the game? You can text, you can inbox, you can ask for referrals, but you have to wrap people. You have to get your social media game up. You have to make sure I do know people that DM the people that like and comment. That's not something I personally do, but some people do it and they find success. So there's no formula to it. She says, do it. So do it.
Every like is a lead.
Every like is a lead. So wrapping people, asking for referrals, social media, direct messaging and inboxing, and the B word, blitz. Every time you meet somebody, you get a phone number. It's a lead.
And you guys see the photo. I just posted a photo of the 2 girls that I blitzed maybe 2 nights ago in the girls' bathroom because they liked my necklace. A conversation can lead into your business. Any conversation can lead into your business. And you want to know the thing I think that really went over with them? It was because I was excited. I was smiling. I was welcoming. I wasn't just like, oh, thanks, girl. I got it from Persona. It's over there. They always got these sales going on. I was like, oh, thank you. I love this necklace too. And then they were like, oh, I like your shoes. And it went into a conversation about one business that I have. And then I was like, and I also do this business. And they were like, really? And then now they want my information. Now we're connected. We're friends for life. Well, not for life, but you never know how it'll pan out. But that's how easy a blitz can be.
And whatever you do.
Sorry. And I'm not a people person. I'm not. Guys.
You weren't.
I wasn't. I became a people person. And a lot of times, even when I don't feel like being pleasant, I do it because it's required of me. And not even because of the business. It's required of me.
In life.
So this is something I had to practice and grow into. Go ahead, dude.
I don't know what I was going to say. Get as many leads, blitzing. Get as many leads as you can. This is the thing. Your prevailing thought about yourself is what runs your business. What you think about yourself on a daily basis is what runs your business.
That's good.
So if your prevailing thought about yourself is that you're not enough, you're not this, you're not. If not is a part of your prevailing thought, that's how you will run your business. Yeah. And that is the bottom line, because you can call people, you can text people, you can inbox, you can do all of these things. But if your approach is, if you're giving off this I'm not enough thing, then that is what people will respond to every single time.
Yeah.
So the first thing you do is you have to change your belief. How do you change your belief? You have to disagree with the lie and agree with the truth.
Yes.
And it's just like learning your name. So how did I learn my name? I was called my name since birth. So when I get married and I get a new name, I'm going to be called a new name. And it's going to have to be practiced and rehearsed over time. One thing I used to do, I used to work in retail, and this was back when you would write checks. And I remember women would write their check and she would tear it up. She'd say, oh, I just got married. And she'd have to write another check because she had to practice it. So you have to get up in the mirror, and people say this all the time, tell yourself who you are. You have to do that, because if your prevailing thought about yourself is diametrically opposed to who you want to be, you operate out of who you believe you are and not out of who you want to be. So you have to start there, because listen, if you can't go, and everyone has the ability to go. We have a team of, I can't even say how many people, and every single person can go Ruby by the end of September. Every single person. So why don't we make a name for Rap Destiny? Why don't we go and represent? And they be like, whose team is this? Oh, we were like, this us. This is what we do. Because
and if you're already Ruby, help somebody else.
Else get to Ruby.
Make it your goal to help them get to Ruby as if you are in their personally enrolled spot.
When it was time for me to go Ruby, I knew that there was nothing else I was going to do. My mind, I knew that there was no other option for me. I knew that there was no other option for me. I was desperate for it to happen, because I knew that I could make an extra $500 a month, and I knew what I needed that $500 to do.
And I didn't have a choice, because I had Irina and Ronnie jumping down my throat talking about what you need to go Ruby, because I needed to go Ruby for Irina to go Emerald so Ronnie can go Diamond. So I had no choice. Even though I wanted it, I still had no choice.
But that's the power of it. That's where we are.
And guess what? There's somebody that needs you to go Ruby. There's somebody that needs you to go Ruby.
Because you're going to need somebody else to go Ruby soon. We're all a family and we all work together.
I could have said, Ronnie, get out of here. I'm going Ruby next month. Like, I'm not tripping on that. I'm 236 volume. That might be the real number too. 236 volume away. I don't see myself getting it. I'm done. But no, I cared about her promotion just as much as I cared about mine. And that carried on all the way up until I went presidential. She reached down to help, and in return, I reached up to help her. Believe it or not, guys, I gave Ronnie a loyal customer that would not benefit me, because she helped me get to my promotions. Mm-hmm. So it's okay to say, you know what? I'm going to go Ruby for Tia. I'm going to go Ruby for Melissa. I'm going to go Ruby for Kelly. I'm going to go Ruby for Lolo. I'm going to go Ruby for Casey. It's okay. And even like how from the top, we take it off of us and put it on you. If you do it in return, it benefits us both ways.
Absolutely.
That's how the teamwork aspect of this works.
That's how it works every time.
And it comes from consistency. Consistently working your business effectively. I don't know what Casey just sent me. Oh.
So when you learn the chart, you will learn how valuable you are to someone else's success. And if you are not okay with being a part of somebody else's success, then you have to reevaluate your goals in the business. Now, it's fine for you to not want to be a part of somebody else's success, but in order to make the money, you have to be. Whoever's in this box, they matter to this person here. Whoever's in this box, they matter to this person here. But you know what? For you that's in this box, if you're in this box, that's where you are today. But next week, that will be you. So we don't just do 400 so that somebody else can promote. Yes, we need to do 400 so somebody else can promote, but we're paying it forward because this month is them promoting. Next month it's me. You have to understand how the business works. You do your part, it helps somebody else. And next month it's somebody else's turn to do their part and it helps you. And it goes on and it goes on and it goes on. And I'm telling you, when you have that mindset as a group that everyone does their part, because a person who has 400 in volume, their check may be $65. And someone going Ruby, their check may be $500. But that person with the 400 in volume has the same opportunity to have their check to be $500 30 days later. And that's because there's no bosses in this business. There's no bosses. We're all leaders. In my book, we're all equals. Some people may be further along than others, but everybody has something to learn from each other. But you have to make sure you are willing to play your part as a team. And if you're not willing to get 400, you're not willing to get 400 customers, then you have to work on your team player aspect because you matter to someone else's success. Just like when you complete the steps to success, you're gonna be like, they won't get there for customers. They're gonna do it because you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it, and you're gonna show them what you did to get there. And you know what? If you didn't do it, no worries. You can start now.
Yes. It's never too late.
It's never too late to start.
And even if you guys have been in for a little while and you feel like you've been planting seeds and you've been doing this, you've been going hard, trust me, there is a time to plant and there is a time to harvest. But when that harvest come around, get focused. And if you've been planting enough seeds, they will start sprouting like wildflowers. You have to prepare and be ready for what you want. If you're not ready for it, it's not going to come. It's not going to come. I can guarantee you that. But once you're ready, it's like the windows of heaven open up. Mm-hmm. Seriously, when you're really, 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 really ready. And not to be all deep or nothing, but God knows when you're ready. For real. One of the things that he personally said to me was, before he blew my business up, he said, look, I'm going to do this, but I have to be able to trust you with what I'm going to give you. I remember it distinctly. And I had to get my mind right. So shift your mindset. Get focused. Now, this can mean, and being all in for your business doesn't mean that you don't do anything else in your life. For me, this is my 9 to 5. So I give a lot more to this business because I can. But if it means you can only give this business an hour, I guarantee you that hour will be honored for the hour that you didn't do. You do an hour a day or 15 minutes or whatever, you dedicate some amount of time or something to your business a day, it's going to matter. It's when you do nothing. Yep. Nothing at all is when I did. That's so weird.
Just stay focused.
Sorry.
Happens every day.
When you do nothing, you see nothing.
Yep.
And you can't do something for 3 days and then stop for 5 and then come back for 3 and then stop for 10.
Not in this business. It's not.
It won't work, guys.
It's not.
It won't. So posting on social media gets you leads. Blitzing people gets you leads. Talking to people in your warm market, your network gets you leads. Reaching out to people gets you leads. And also, let me talk about a little bit of leadership stuff. Once you sign these people, stay in contact with them. Don't just sign people and then just be like, okay, I'm going to add you to GroupMe, I'm going to add you to Facebook, and then they don't hear from you no more.
And you tag them in 5,000 posts.
Ew. Do not tag them in 5,000 posts. Let them know what's available to them and let them know you can go through it at your leisure, and there'll be some of them you will go through them with on the phone together.
Together.
Because
if she would have did that to me, it never would have worked. I was teaching during the day. I was counseling at night. I was not reading a lot of files. You know what I knew when I joined this business? I could rap people and I could sign customers. That's all I knew. And that's all I needed to know to get 472 in volume my first 3 days in the business. That's all I needed to know to get to executive by the end of the month. That's it.
And let me tell you something. I was not. Some people feel like they need to know everything when they first start. Is that what you just said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm still learning stuff. Still learning. They change stuff so much, but the one thing I do know is that TikTok mean those boxes means lives I'm about to change.
That's it.
I'm going to change 5 lives. I'm going to help them, show them how to get 400 in volume, and I'm going to show them how to change more lives. That I do know.
That's it.
And that's all I need to know. If I can bust out rubies, I can bust out diamonds. Diamonds bust out double diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the ruby position is so important.
It's critical.
Once you master that, you can take off from there. Completely just take off.
So go ahead and put any questions that you have in the group. Any questions that you have in the group. What I want you to make sure you do is a few things, few housekeeping things. When you add somebody, when you add somebody, when I was going to say something. When you add a team member to the team, completely lost my thought. Hold on.
Oh, Shannon, I'm so glad that you joined me too. You guys don't understand. Shannon was so excited about joining this business, and I'm so glad she said something. And she almost let fear get in the way. But she made a decision that she wasn't going to walk in fear. She was going to walk in faith. And when I tell you Shannon is brilliant, Shannon is good at things that I'm not, like words and stuff. Like I'm just starting to get word of it. She's posting stuff and she knows what to say. She knows how to word it greatly. She is rocking already, guys. And guess what? And that's another thing I learned recently, maybe within the last couple of hours. Fear. What did I learn about fear? Fear is something that you have to come into agreement with, for one, and fear can't live without doubt. It can't live without illogical thinking, irrational thinking. It can't live without that stuff. So if you stop feeding the fear, it has to leave you.
It has to die. It has to die.
And guess what? She stopped feeding her fear and she stepped out on faith, and she's about to kill the business.
That's how I feel about Crystal. I look at Crystal's post and I'm like, oh, I need to say that.
Yeah.
I'll steal Crystal's post in a minute. You know, she's brilliant, but she's smart. She did a lot of things I didn't tell her to do. She found people in the business that I didn't even know their names that kill on social media. She found them.
Like a boss.
She found them. And she did it because I took a step back from Facebook. I would still post on Facebook more about business, but I stopped posting so much about product because I just did. It was no reason. And so I started back again over the past couple of months. But so she was following people that did it a lot better than I did. And I was like, oh, where'd she get that from? It's awesome. So that's called initiative. Nobody had to put that in the file. Nobody had to tell her that on the phone. She was like, I need this. I need this to happen. This is what I'm doing. And she did it. And so she'll put something, I like it. I'll take it from her and repost it like I did it and won't give her any credit for it. Because I love Crystal. She loves me too. So yeah.
That's how we do Ruby.
Ruby, and if Ruby, don't make Ruby hard. Make Ruby easy. Make Ruby easy. Make it easy and get it done. A word of encouragement to those of you that have been in the business for a year and have been, I would say 6 months to a year, and you're not Ruby yet. Let your business start again today. August 13th, 2015 is day one in your business. Everything you knew before, throw it out and start again. Throw it out and start again. Because if you have 2 people that went Ruby in 2 months or less, and then we have Deidre. We didn't even bring Deidre on. I don't know what Deidre's doing. Deidre's somewhere doing something being Deidre. But Deidre went Ruby in 30 days.
Yeah.
And she earned $1,500 cash in her first 30 days. So And she did that by doing what I told her to do. But she did it. She did everything I told her to do and more. So we're telling you that you have to talk to people, then you have to talk to people. If we're telling you you have to rap people, it's not an option. If we're telling you that you need to do 3 ways, it's not an option until you know how to say it. Because if you're talking about we're professional Ruby, what do we say? Professional Ruby coaches?
Yes,
what was it?
Professional Ruby coaches.
We're professional Ruby coaches. And if we're telling you to go Ruby, you need to do A, B, C, and D, then A, B, C, and D should not be an option. Rap people. Get referrals, social media, follow up with leads. Your phone should be dinging all day long. And if you have time to post on Facebook, if you have time to text other people, you have time to text a lead. And that's it.
Yeah, if you got time to text other people, you got time to text a lead. That's good.
That's it.
That's real good.
That's it.
If you can text your boo, your bestie, and your mama, you got time to text.
You got time to text the lead,
and that's real.
You got time to text the lead because that I know what that's like. I know what it's like when you can't touch your phone, and then as soon as you can, you got to send a text message or respond real quick or do it when people aren't looking. But I went Ruby doing that, and had clients. They left the room, and I'm sending text messages or sending them at night. It's real.
Yo, and let me tell y'all something. My boss hated me for me to do anything. He had his days. Some days he was okay with me being on my phone. Some days he wasn't okay with me being on my phone. But guess
Real
what?
Talk.
Because I knew I was leaving, and I told everybody up in that piece on day 1 when I told them I was leaving, I would get up out my desk. I had multiple bathroom breaks. I had multiple, I just need some air breaks. My lunch hours, I spent in the car sometime just doing this and ate my food at my desk. Because I had, 30 minutes, maybe an hour, I think 30. I forget how long my lunch break was. But I took all that time and I devoted it to that. I was intentional. That's what you have to be. You have to be intentional about your success, and your success will come. Another thing, Jessica, she asked a question. How do I close people when they say they're interested but never commit?
Jessica, you need to do a 3-way with me.
First and foremost, I was going to say that because it's probably something that you're saying that you need to change. Denise, who's been in the business for, I don't know how long. How long's Denise been in? About a year?
Maybe
a year. Did a 3-way with me, and there were things that she saw. She was like, oh, okay. I see where I can do things differently. And I've been meaning, charge it to my brain and not my heart. I've been meaning to record some of these calls when I get a potential on a call, so that way I can post them for you guys to hear what I'm saying and see how the dialogue goes, because there's a true difference. I am a closer. I close people. It's what I do. It's just what I do. But one thing that helps too is the follow-up that, what is that saying? When they say, I hope I didn't offend you.
Oh, yeah. Hey, where you been? I hope I didn't offend you. I say, I hope I didn't run you off or something like that.
I hope I didn't run you off. People respond to that.
Like, oh, girl, no, I just was so busy. I did happen to me today. She was like, oh, I had some craziness happen to our family. I was out the country. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry.
And sometimes it's real. Like, I be feeling like, well, did I offend you? Because I haven't heard anything back from you. And you told me you wanted to do the business. So what's up? And being real with people, it goes over well. Not being rude, being real. You're real with people. They're like, oh, I don't want her to feel like that. This is what I've been meaning to do. That at least you get a response. You can find out where they are. And tell them too, I don't want to keep bugging you if you've maybe decided to go a different route. And then they'll respond to you and let you know how they feel. But do that 3-way call, just because it might be something that you're saying that's not sealing the deal, or it might just not be their time. Because I've spoken to people too who will say, oh, I'm going to sign at this time. And guess what? I got one of the girls I just signed. I spoke to her a long time ago.
All the time.
A long time ago.
All the time.
She just finally signed. It wasn't her time then. Now it's her time. And because I was consistent and my business was still running, she still saw me. So she reached back out to me. Had I would have quit my business, she would have probably found somebody else, and I would have lost my lead, my seed. My seed would have went to somebody else. Somebody else would have reaped my harvest.
My God.
Because I quit. I'm not quitting nothing, because ain't nobody about to reap my harvest. Mm-mm. I'm not going to work hard for all this time and then quit.
Honey.
Okay.
Let me tell you what I'm not doing. Shay, you need to do 3 ways with Deidre. and you can, and you need to write down what she's saying, and you need to repeat it. Yes. So that's it.
Yeah. Do we have any more questions?
And you, yeah.
Feel free to ask as many. No question is a dumb question, guys, especially for the new people. If you're new and you have some questions, feel free to ask them. No question is a dumb question. And on they can *6 themselves on the phone.
Yeah.
If you're on the phone line, you can *6 yourself to unmute yourself and ask your question. If you can't, put it in GroupMe. You are welcome, Miss Bell.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, if this call was good for you, if this call was encouraging for you, go blow up me and Tia's walls and let us know. Tag us in a post with something that stood out to you and let everybody know what kind of training that you guys get, and just let us know what you all took away, because that lets us know that we're doing our job well, and it creates momentum on social media, and momentum brings leads. Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you a little more about that, because when people join things, everybody's always looking for something to be a part of. So when you say, and do me a favor, don't post this picture right here with my eyes looking and I'm wincing over here. Don't post this one. Post that nice one that I put in the group.
You can post this one. I feel like I'm still on fleek with my It Works hat, and my hair is uncurled.
I'm on flunk. I'm not on fleek. So, but no, I'm just kidding. But no, if you do screenshots, all that stuff is fine. It's no big deal. But that tells people that you are a part of something bigger. You're not in your business alone. And a lot of times people shy away from network marketing because they've been signed up in something and they were left by themselves. So whenever you can say something about your team, what your team is doing, your team is awesome, you have leaders, you know what I'm saying? When you can do that, people like to know that you are a part of something bigger.
Even with social media, the more on Instagram, the more people that you have following you, the easier it is for people to follow you. And I gave Casey a tip on how to make some more followers. She's going to test it out first, I hope. And if it works, I'm going to give it to you guys. But I have to wait and see if it works first to gain more followers and then start building your momentum again. If you're not using Instagram, you are doing yourself a disservice. Crowdfire, or just whichever one works for you. Because I looked at Crowdfire and I kind of like what they got going on too. Whichever one works for you. If you use both, whatever you're doing, use them. Let me tell you, it was a secret, but everybody is starting to know about it now. But it works, because I seen it in an escape group.
No.
Yes, Crowdfire, not Instagram, but Crowdfire. A lot of people are on a Crowdfire. Instagram we might still be cool with. Keep it between us. Don't give it to the other downlines, sidelines.
No.
Keep it here. We need at least one little secret. So Instagram, use it. If you need help, I think I'm gonna do an Instagram. I have a video on the Facebook group, but I think I'm gonna do an Instagram training too. I think I'm also gonna do an app training. I think I'm gonna do a post training, because stop, and I'm gonna say this now, stop posting those posters, guys. Let me see if I can find one. They're not attractive, and you're not getting any likes. I see it. No, not to be mean, but just like for real. Whose page was it?
And Tasha needs to do a training too.
Who?
Tasha McClain.
On what?
We need to get Tasha McClain back on the training.
Yeah, since she in my leadership group.
Tasha McClain.
Everybody in my leadership group needs to be doing trainings.
That's right. So
I forget it. But you know those posters, they're done with word swag, because I know word swag. And it's like, oh, da-da-da-da-da-da. Take those words and do a different photo with it. Do a photo that's going to make them engage. Take the words off and use the photo. If you see a lot of times, sometimes when I post just my selfies, those quotes under it, they sound real good.
Came from somewhere else.
It ain't from me. It's from a photo that I saw somewhere else, and I'm like, I'm gonna use them words on a selfie because guess what? That selfie is going to bring more people's attention to what I'm doing.
Yep.
People want to see real stuff. They don't want to see a flyer. They get bored with that. They want to see humans.
Mm-hmm.
So try to stay away from a lot of posters and don't overpost. On Instagram, even social media, every third post should be, no.
Oh, sorry.
You should post about It Works every third post. So it should be me, inspiration, It Works. Me, about my kids, my family, whatever, It Works. Do it like the third post about it. If your entire page is completely full of It Works stuff, it is going to turn people off.
And I'm going to tell you, be very strategic. For anybody that follows me, y'all know I do a lot of stuff on Instagram, on Facebook that's funny. I do that because people like to laugh. And the more likes and the more comments you get, the more your stuff shows in other people's news feeds. So if that means I have to put up a picture that says I choked on a carrot today, if I would have had a donut, it wouldn't have did that to me. And I can get 60 likes on that. Because tomorrow when I post my It Works picture, my It Works post, it shows up in your news feed, then fine. So fine, when you are doing the other posts, do things that are going to draw traffic. Don't do things that people aren't going to like. So we got to people please with those other posts. You know, Jennifer's thing is fashion. So you put up I put up that green dress the other week.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, I put up a green dress. I just put it up because I thought, I would get a good 50, 55. That thing had over 200 likes for a dress and some shoes. That's fine. Thank you, 200 people, for putting me in your news feed. I appreciate it. It's all algorithms. So work the algorithms.
If you're in GroupMe right now, I'm showing you a difference between someone who posts too much It Works stuff on their page versus posting about It Works, but branding yourself at the same time. Yes, I'm using myself. Yes, I did put welcome to 2 distributors because I did 2 distributors that day. But guess what? It doesn't look like everybody else's page. That's our own personal Rap Destiny logo welcome thing. Thank you, Latasha. It's amazing. But as you see, there's quotes. There's a video I did on Periscope about something completely different. Me and 2 women. I'm talking about the business under the women, but guess what? It's 3 beautiful women. People are going to be like, oh, let me look at that. And then guess what? Then they'll read what's below it. Then they'll be more engaged to read that. A quote, me and Tia. A picture talking about business, but it's me and her. It's personal. Versus this other girl who has before and after box, her baby, which is great. But I would not be inclined to look at her page.
It's forced. She's like, I need to do a life post right now. Oh wait, I need to do. Oh, it's forced.
Just took me off my own. What you call it? Shay. So when you see inspirational quote,
I do.
Yeah, take the words off. Everybody does it. Take the words off and put it with a regular photo. And also find your own you in your brand. Use other people's ideas, so to speak, but let it still be true to you.
Yes.
Find that thing that's inside of you that's innovative, that's new, that's fresh. Like that thing Tia posted today, the professional Ruby coaches, was brilliant. Brilliant. I was like, oh, I didn't think of that, but she did. Yes.
But this is why we all do it together. And this is why everybody matters. Everybody matters. Everybody matters. Because it doesn't matter what your rank is, who you are, how long you've been in the business. If you have a good idea, that I'm gonna take it and let us use it. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Everybody matters. Different perspective. It was a cute dress, Deanna.
Which one?
Number the green dress.
Oh yeah.
It was
a cute dress.
It was, but you see my point about the 200 something likes. That's me. That's putting me in other people's news feeds.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
That's all it's doing.
Thank you, Facebook. So I think that's it.
Yeah. Because I'll just keep running my mouth, and that's not going to get us anywhere.
Well, that's not going to get us anywhere. So let's go ahead and just go on ahead. Hey, guess what? This is also the playback. Use this link, pass it to your team, find out who wants to go Ruby, and help them get there.
Yeah.
Bye.
I had something else to say.
Oh, go ahead.
No.
You sure?
Tomorrow is Friday. Follow up
Follow-up
Friday.
Friday.
Dialing for dollars. Don't forget. I will remind you. That's all I had.
All right. Good night.